Rescue groups in Northwest Georgia telling us tonight they're seeing more evidence of dogs with their vocal cords cut. This after those groups and the state pulled hundreds of animals in bad shape from a home in Trenton. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield.
And I'm Joshua. A woman from Chattanooga first brought her concerns to us just last week. She told us the dog she adopted could not bark and had no front teeth. She says her dog also could not walk.
However, in the weeks since the massive rescue operation, she says the dog's condition has improved. And tonight, other rescue groups are saying they have noticed other reports of some dogs from the same case with a similar condition, the inability to bark or communicate.
News Channel 9's Jakai Spikes joins us now to tell us more about this story. Jakai.
Kim and Josh, we spoke to a Chattanooga attorney, as you all just said, who took in one of those rescue dogs and realized that Miracle could not bark. She reached out to us, and what we found is that a lot of these dogs from the rescue seem to have this in common. And some people are figuring this out after they decided to foster the dogs.
And once those vets in Dade County did say, okay, yeah, it's okay to take these animals to shelters, that's when Catoosa County took them.
In this video from the Catoosa County Animal Shelter, you can hear dogs rescued from the Trenton home on Sells Lane.
73 of them came to Catoosa County.
Catoosa County Public Information Officer John Pless said that there were some abnormal traits with the dogs that were rescued.
Some of the people that were taking care of the animals, grooming them, cleaning them, noticed they didn't have a bark.
We reached out to the Doghouse Pet Resort that helped groom those dogs.
When we got there was 4 of us there working with the dogs. And within probably 30 minutes of being there, we noticed that none of the Pomeranians were barking. And that is very uncommon.
Dog Pet Resort owner Lori Schaefer worked on 18 adult Pomeranians that were in the shelter. She says none of them barked.
Some of the dogs made it into foster homes, and the fosters visited vets, and the vets were then able to confirm that many of these dogs, as they're getting these vet checks, they are discovering that their vocal cords have been snipped.
We asked a Chattanooga veteran and surgeon who didn't evaluate these specific dogs about this procedure. He says that he refuses to perform that surgery. He told us, quote, usually people debark a dog because they want to hide the dog's bark from neighbors or anyone who could be suspicious of what the dog owners are doing. Now, keep in mind, I did reach out to the Dade County Animal Hospital, who told me that they did not assess whether or not the dogs had their vocal cords taken out. Depend on us as this story continues to develop. Kim.
Jakai, thank you. Law enforcement in Dade County says that they took a couple into custody in connection with this case. They say the 2 people face 7 counts of cruelty to animal charges.